guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well today. I have a couple of parcels down here with multiple different dresses in. I've got, can't remember if it's 7 or 8 dresses, but they're all from TikTok shop and they are all with the intention of hopefully finding a wedding guest dress that I can use in a month or so's time, because I am a guest at my friend's wedding and I need something to wear. I've been struggling to find anything. I spent over £100 on TikTok on various different dresses, different styles, different materials, different colours, a little bit of everything, trying to find out what would work, and also checking the quality as well, because these things on TikTok shop, are they hit and miss? We'll find out. So I have included try-on clips of all of the dresses that I'm going to show you, and as I'm sat here recording this video, I have already tried on these dresses, so you can see it on me, but we can also talk about my thoughts and whether I'm going to keep the dress or not. Okay, so first up is this long blue dress. It goes all the way to the floor. It's just a straight end at the bottom. And we have these little spaghetti straps, a cowl neck detail on the front. And then, can you see that there? It's like a tie up detail at the back. This is a really thin material. It's not see-through, but it's stretchy and it is quite thin. So this could work really well for a summer wedding, especially if it's going to be a really hot day. The pattern as well, if you can see, is all of these roses and different flowers in a blue colour as the pattern. And I do think that this looked really pretty, but I do have a few reasons as to why I'm not keeping this dress. So the first reason that I am not planning to keep this dress is because I didn't realise initially that it has this cowl neck detail at the front, and I personally don't get on with those very well. I never think that it sits right on me. I'm not particularly gifted in that department, so I don't know if it suits somebody better with a larger chest, but I just always think it looks too loose for me, just a random bit of material flapping about. I also found that I didn't think this dress was very forgiving. If I wore this after the food at the wedding, you probably would be able to see every piece that I ate, because it is that really clingy material, which if you've got the body for it, absolutely go you. I love that for you. But for me personally, that's just not going to work. So this is something that I am going to send back. But one thing that I forgot to mention, which is definitely a positive, is that we have adjustable straps. So that is a good thing going for it. But ultimately, I am sending this dress back. The next dress that we've got is absolutely the colour of the year this year. So as you can see, it is this gorgeous buttermilk yellow colour. Absolutely stunning. I love this colour so much. However, I do think I understand when people say it suits people with darker hair better. As a blonde girl, even though it's up in my ponytail, you might not even be able to completely tell right now. Let's not talk about the roots. As a blonde girl, I do think I understand why people are saying that the butter yellow is not as complimentary as it is for people with darker hair. But anyway, this was a super gorgeous dress. We have quite a few layers in the skirt. So we have this netting layer with some dots in it, as well as a solid yellow underskirt layer. And then towards the bottom of the skirt, it has got this little, like, I don't even know how to describe that, like little frill detail a couple of inches from the bottom. The top is super pretty. We have this kind of corset-like detail with the cups in there. This is not boned or structured at all though. So it's not really like a proper corset. It's just kind of giving the vibe with the cups. And then we have these mesh straps with these little floaty bows as well, which are so cute. And we have a zipper at the back as well. So I do think that this dress is adorable. I do really like it, and it did feel like a princess, to be honest. So having said that, and having you now seen the try on clip, my ultimate decision for this dress is going to be to return it, mostly because I found this netting and the double lining and the material of the dress really, really warm. I tried this dress on and oh my goodness, I felt like I was in an oven. It was so warm, and with the wedding that we're attending being in August, we're obviously keeping our fingers crossed that it's going to be a nice hot sunny day. And so if that is the case, all of this material is just going to feel so super hot that I'm just not going to have an enjoyable day. But other than that, I do really like this dress, and if I had another occasion, I would potentially keep it, but I don't, so it is going to be returned. Okay, the next dress that we have is this absolutely gorgeous chocolate brown coloured dress. Now this kind of is a bit like a Bardot style dress. We do have some of the, I don't even know how to explain that, like the kind of sticky plastic that keeps everything in place if it's like a strapless dress. So we have this strapless dress with this gorgeous detail on the front, this draping detail here, and then we do have sleeves that kind of go like this over your arm, so they're just kind of draped down rather than being straps. And then it is just ruched all the way down because we have this kind of gathering on the side here. And then on the back, we have the kind of booty enhancing ruched detail there as well. Now we do have a little bit of structure in this dress as well. So you probably would need to see it from the inside there, but we have two bits of bone-in structure inside of this dress, so it's giving that structured look. And then with these kind of points at the top of each side of this little strapless moment, it means that they're kind of staying more upright, so it is keeping the shape of the dress how it's meant to be. I think this is an absolutely stunning dress, an absolutely stunning colour. I think if Opoly or somebody like that was selling this dress, it would make perfect sense, but instead this came from TikTok Shop, which I think is absolutely crazy. So then overall, I feel like this was a really flattering dress. I feel really pretty in it. I feel like it just skims all of the right places. I love the colour, and overall I am going to keep this dress. I think it is so pretty, and for the price you really can't go wrong. So next up we have the cutest colour of dress, this gorgeous bubblegum pink. Is this not the most girly colour you've ever seen in your life? We have some little spaghetti straps here, which again are adjustable. We have some cups sewn into the front there, but there is no boning or structure to these cups whatsoever. It is literally just the stitching that puts them there. We have a zipper on the back, and then I might have to stand up for this bit, but we have this gorgeous long princess style skirt to the dress, but we also have, I don't even know if I'm showing it very well right now, this panel in the middle. So all of the gathering and the ruche to make that kind of outy style skirt on this dress is all to the sides because you've got that straight panel in the middle. This material is really thick. It's not quite, but it's heading in the same direction as that kind of scuba material, which I don't hate, but when we're thinking about summer weddings, I think would be really hot. But this colour is absolutely adorable. So overall, I am planning to return this dress for a few reasons. So reason number one is that I found the straps really far across, and so then I found it quite cutting into like my armpits. I didn't particularly like that the cups were not boned or structured. It was literally just the stitching. I didn't think that that looked or felt the most flattering. Like I mentioned earlier, the material is really quite thick, so I don't think that would do very well for a potentially hot summer wedding. And then on that piece of material down the middle that stays straight, there was a little bump of material right at the top, which no matter how I pulled it, placed it, tugged it, whatever, it just would not sit flat, and I did not think that that looked particularly flattering either. So for those reasons, I am returning this dress. Next up, we have this gorgeous light purple dress with all of these flower details all over it. So if we start at the top, it is an elasticated top all around the kind of start of the bodice piece. We have these double straps which are both adjustable, and then they have this flowing light purple netting detail on both shoulders as well, which I thought was quite like whimsical. And then we have a zipper on the back as well, and it moves down into all of these flower details. Now, some of them are embroidered and flat, and then other ones are embroidered and 3D on there as well. So I do quite like that element of dimension to the dress. I like all the different colours that it brings in. I feel like this is quite like, is it like fairy core, cottage core kind of vibes? I do think it's very pretty and whimsical, and I could imagine somebody running through a field in this dress. At the back we have this split in between both of the legs, and yeah, that is kind of all of the details of this dress. So in that clip, you might have noticed that I did not have the dress on properly, hence why I didn't turn round. I found that this came up really small. I could not properly get it over my bum, and it just wasn't happening. I asked Cal for help and everything, and we could not get it to work. So I didn't put this on properly, but having said that, there is a few points that I feel like I could still make. I think this dress needs to have some sort of like cinching at the middle. I don't know if you can tell from me, if I hold it here, if I just hold it up, it is literally straight up and straight down. There is nowhere for your waist to be shown off, for it to kind of cinch in a little bit at the middle, which I think would have helped this dress be really flattering. Whereas because it was just very straight up and straight down, I felt like I looked like a box. I felt very boxy, very wide, and I think holding it here, I think that the flowers are really pretty, but I think when it's on, it doesn't quite give the same effect. And then just as I'm looking now, I don't know if you can see there's quite a few of these like tufts of fabric and like the stitching, which I've literally not even properly tried this on once, and all of these threads are coming off of like where the flowers are. So it's nothing to do with the fact of me trying to get it on, it's that the flowers are like falling apart. So yeah, I think the idea of this dress is really, really pretty, but I just don't think it's necessarily being executed correctly. So with this next one, I did order it off of TikTok shop, but it somehow arrived in a Shein parcel. Now, as far as I'm aware, Shein are not on TikTok shop. So unless there's like an independent person buying from Shein and selling on TikTok shop, probably for a higher price, I don't quite understand how it was in a Shein parcel. But anyway, this next dress is this gorgeous pink, and is it flowers? I'm not too sure if the pattern is flowers or if it's just kind of random shapes of lighter and darker pink. But we have these really pretty frill shoulders, which are elasticated as well. So even though they are not adjustable, they are so super stretchy that I don't imagine there's nobody that wouldn't fit into these. Like, look at the size of that from here. That's crazy. Anyway, so we have this kind of stitched bodice piece, and then from the waist it comes out, but we do have an additional line of stitching just here. So we've got like the top panel, a middle panel, and then you can see all the gathering of the skirt starting, and then it just goes out into a nice flowy skirt. We have the kind of elasticated ruche detail on the back so that it can be really size friendly, and I think this would fit across quite a few sizes. So rather than just being a single size, it might be, I don't know, 12 to 16 for example, rather than just 14, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think the colour of this dress is so pretty, and I think this screams summer. So after having tried this dress on, I really don't like the second panel. So obviously we mentioned the top panel, the middle panel, and then like the skirt panel. I do not like the length of the middle panel because then I feel like it makes the skirt start too low. And I just felt really disproportionate in this dress because of that. I feel like it was cutting me off at a really weird length and a really weird point in my body. But the actual colour of this dress is gorgeous. It's so super lightweight material as well. So if this was slightly different in style, this could have won, because it is literally so thin that that would be perfect for a hot summer's day. But like I say, I didn't completely love the style, so I will be returning this. Okay, this is the final dress, guys. It is this gorgeous coral, orange, red kind of colour dress. It obviously has this gorgeous one shoulder detail, and then we have all of this ruching along the side. So then you've got the kind of draping effect on the front and the back. This dress is double lined, but it still feels really thin. So you have the kind of block colour on the inside, and then you have the mesh on the outside, which is also the part that's giving you the pattern. All the way down at the bottom, we also have this little split detail on the side, and then the mesh continues ever so slightly longer than the inside part of the dress. But honestly, I feel like, again, this colour is screaming summer, it's screaming wedding. If I think of a summer wedding, I immediately think of colour. So even though that brown dress was absolutely gorgeous, I just don't know that it's giving summer wedding. So I'm hoping that this one is going to do the trick and be last but not least and the absolute winner. Okay, so from that video, you might be able to tell I absolutely love this dress. I think it's what I'm going to plan to wear to the wedding. I need some tips and tricks and ideas as to what colour to put with these though. I'm kind of thinking maybe gold bag and gold kind of strappy sandal heels. I feel like that will look like really holiday summer vibes, but also very relevant for UK weather, UK weddings. And yeah, I just think that this dress is so lovely. Obviously, I'm going to have a spray tan as well, so it will kind of bring it all together. My hair will be done, my makeup will be done, and I just feel really confident in this. I think all of the ruching detail is really flattering. The kind of marble effect, is it marble effect? I could be wrong, but the differences in colour, so the light bits and the dark bits, I think that is also really flattering as well. If it was just one block colour, then you might be able to see some more bits of my body, but I feel like this hides and disguises everything really nicely. And then, like I say, I love a bit of colour for a wedding. So I think this dress is my absolute winner. I think this is what I'm going to wear to the wedding. I just need to find some accessories, probably a fascinator, a bag, and some shoes to go with it. So if you guys do have any ideas of how I can style up this dress, please let me know down below. If you've got any links or anything as well, I'll be more than happy to check those out so that we can style this dress up together. But overall, out of my TikTok shop occasion wear wedding guest dress haul, I will be keeping the brown dress and then the red coral kind of colour dress as well. I don't think I'm going to take this one to the wedding, but it is so gorgeous that I could not leave it behind. And then, as I just said, I think this one is going to be my wedding guest dress, so make sure to keep an eye out for those photos on Instagram in August sometime. So that brings me to the end of this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, then please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of my videos, then I'd really appreciate it if you can hit that subscribe button. And then, like I mentioned a minute ago, if you do have any ideas, tips or suggestions as to how I can style up that red coral kind of coloured dress, then I would really appreciate if you could drop a comment and help me out with that as well. And I will see you guys in the next video.